It's an horrible feeling waking up in the morning and not having anything to wake up for. I was just hoping I wouldn't wake up.
I've never felt pain like this, never in my life.
My name's Matt. I'm 21 and I'm just attempting to run across country, coast to coast, Southport to Hornsea on the Transpennine Trail to raise as much awareness as possible for mental health and lead the movement against suicide. I wanted to set off on the run, no matter how late the day before was, every day at 7 a.m.
I took into consideration how windy it'd be. It is very windy. Oh! What a day to run across country, eh?
We're not doing it in a day.
I was excited, I wasn't nervous. My body was like ready, the warm-up was good. It was a little bit surreal because I knew that I've actually got to do it. Like the amount of times in preparation, I was thinking I can't do it, I'm gonna have to pull out. I knew that as soon as I set off I'm gonna have to finish it, so the second we set off it was like a bit like surreal. A really nice girl from Southport who I know through CrossFit, she came and did the 10k. That was the easiest 10k of the entire run. Not just because it was the first 10k and I was fresh, but we talked the entire way and it was nice to sort of reflect on the last 2 years since knowing Nat, because when I was in a bad place a few years ago, she was one of the people who messaged me and reached out like straight away and just helped me. So it was a nice moment to run with someone who had helped me to do the first 10k with him. So it was like a nice big step for both of us, I think.
See you later, guys! Yeah.
Have you struggled with mental health before then?
Yeah. Yeah, I did like 2016, 2017. I knew I couldn't play football again. I played football my entire life, so I knew I weren't going to feel good about it. And I still can't really play football now, to be fair, because I can't feel my feet as well as I used to. So I can't really kick a ball or dribble a ball. That settling in was rough because I didn't have nothing to do with my life, to be fair. I used to just wake up every day and think about football. I think about the game at the weekend, think about training, and then nothing to focus on. So I just went downhill from there. And I don't know if it was like depression or anxiety. I don't know what happened to me, but yeah, I just didn't want to be here. I got to a point in my life where I just didn't want to be here because I had no purpose or goal for the day. So I woke up and I had nothing to wake up for. So I didn't want to wake up. The number one killer is in men under 45 is suicide. Someone needs to do something, and yeah, there's hundreds and millions of people trying to help the cause, but I thought one more person could help, maybe. So I thought I'd do something daft and raise a bit of money and awareness. Raising money for Calm, which is a charity I've used. an awareness for Tom's Talks, which is also a charity that I've used, which is local, and both charities are absolutely incredible. So for me to do this mere run compared to the work they do is nothing.
One day nearly done. Rapid.
Yeah, I just put my earphones in, had a caffeine gel, and last 10k I breezed, and I finished off really well that first day. So I didn't hit any mental rough patch or anything the first day. Yeah, sort of reminded myself that I've got 4 more days left, so I need to struggle further on rather than the first day. So I just got it over and done with it. It was definitely the best day.
4 more days. It is what it is. We'll be getting to Hornsey on Friday.
Just there.
Day 2 just got progressively worse. The entire distance, every kilometre, just got worse and worse. Like the sores on my feet and like the blisters, they were just getting, like, I just couldn't cope with how bad they were. So by the time I got to just before, maybe around 35k, I was in the middle of these woods. It was pissing it down, and I just couldn't walk. I couldn't put my foot down again. Like every time I took my foot off the floor, I was scared to put it back down again because it just hurt that much. My dad looked back at me on his bike and he said, "You're not good, are you?" And I just burst out crying. I just felt terrible because I knew I had so far to go, and I couldn't let anyone down. In my head, I thought I've got 2k left to get to the van, and I'm going to give up. I'm going to get to the van. I'm just going to give up. I'm going to say I don't want to go home now. I can't. I'm not doing it. Like it was too much. I sat down in the van when we got to about 35k, and I just couldn't get back up. I was too scared to stand up again because my feet hurt that much.
Should be about half an hour. When the pre-wedding talk was surely we're better light anyway. I know cameras can compensate for that, right? But we might not.
My feet are hurting still, it's not like I don't even stand up.
No, I've only been here.
I knew stopping it can't have been an option. It was just because I was emotional and I was thinking irrationally. It was just I was out of control.
Faster. Get down right there, faster. Oh, this is shit.
Yeah, it's horrible.
You're going to eat it again. And then you eat it. Big A-load.
I've never felt pain like this.
Then you have to go again.
If my dad weren't there to tell me sort of to grow up a little bit, then I'd just give up. I just got in the van and said, right, let's go on, and I'll apologise to everyone when I get on.
We're not going to run out of Vaseline today,
But we're going to find on it more,
yeah,
have
chafing quite bad, so it's everywhere.
we? Chafing. Chafing where it shouldn't be chafing.
That's one thought camera. It's everywhere.
It stopped at a right busy place and inserted Vaseline where it shouldn't be. Nobody should ever see how.
I like this in the middle of Stockport.
So I set off again at 35k, got to 40 after an hour. It took me an hour to do another 5k because I was just hobbling. And then my dad said that whatever I don't do today, I've got to come all the way back tomorrow and start from there. So I thought I'm just going to have to smash it out. I'm just going to have to carry on until I literally can't walk at all.
difference. Probably not.
Today, I think after we get the first section out of the way, and we get a few people coming and just waving you through Westborough and stuff, I think you'll just go on. You'll live on adrenaline and get through there today.
Adrenaline.
Look at that smile though. Anything with that?
Yeah. Plodding along.
7:01, we're a minute late already. Come on, let's go.
Right, we're off.
Go.
See you in a bit.
On day 3 I'd have more distance to cover, but it was through a hometown where I'd see a lot of people, so that it'd boost me, and I knew doing more miles on day 3 would be a lot easier than making the miles on day 2.
Oh, that is literally just blood. Dry blood. It's blood that's just slowly bled out and then just dried up on my sock, and then my sock's gone crusted. But a little trick from my physio is blister pad, then Vaseline, then put your sock on, then put Vaseline over the sock, and then it's all slippy and slidey and nice and wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oblivious.
No.
Yeah, I can't stop for long because I need
It's alright.
to keep going.
We've got to keep going.
I appreciate you coming down though.
It's alright. You've got some more. Someone's just sponsored you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. More than welcome.
Nearly halfway.
You feeling good?
Yeah, just my feet are on fire.
Yeah.
It's like walking on burning glass.
Yeah.
Nice
Full crate of beer.
Yeah.
Full
Full
crate of beer.
crate of beer.
That's motivation for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't have it till I get there.
Oh,
That
Peter,
You're all doing well anyway.
Well,
By the time we got to Oxspring, we saw the first people we knew, and I was like walking at a good pace. And by the time we got to when we went to Oxspring, I was running. So I did a good 10 and 15k with Neil, and I don't think he quite understands how much it helped having someone to run with, because he just blabbers on as well. So just having someone to talk to, and he's hilarious. So just having someone to talk to and someone talking back to me, we were just talking rubbish. But like 15k just went by like that. It was done. And yeah, so having people there to walk or run with, just to speak to, other than my dad, because there's only so much you can talk about. Yeah, it helped loads.
I'll give hugs out, but I'm sweaty. So I have to come down there to speak to you.
Come here, sweaty man. I can't believe it. Yeah, well, it's good. Oh, you mean this? I might have to help you. Shall I hold this one?
Nice day, isn't it?
Yeah, love.
Not raining.
No.
What are you done today, Matt?
40.
40k?
Right. Another 30 maybe. Okay. We'll see how it is.
Yeah.
You wouldn't talk on that end because I can't do it.
It's fine.
No, you'll be able to talk.
Oh,
You'll be able to talk. Don't worry about it.
Have it, boost.
Keep going.
I'm going to do it last 40 in about 10 minutes now.
I'm setting off until seeing the last person in Manvers, till maybe Conisborough. The mood was pretty good, and then then it sort of settled in that I weren't going to see anyone for a long time, and it was just going to be me and the dirt track, just looking at the floor for a good day and a half. Day 3's sleep, I kept waking up thinking my feet were on fire. I kept thinking, I was having dreams. Obviously my feet were burning anyway, but I kept having like nightmares that someone were setting my feet on fire. So when I was waking up in my sleep, I kept waking up and like actually thinking my feet, because they were burning anyway, but because when you wake up you're dazed and confused, I was like scared thinking my feet were actually on fire, like the bed was on fire.
I can't eat. I feel like if I eat anything, it just comes straight back up. Sip on this, and then I'll just have my breakfast throughout the day. I might just take loads of Stu's painkillers until I'm just dizzy and blind out. I'll just wobble along until I get to goal. Fucking hate my life.
Yeah.
And then I'll just keep walking in it.
Well, have that, and in half an hour, I'll head up in front and get you a bagel.
When I wake up, where I know I'm gonna be, I wanna be the man I know it. Got ball. Come here.
Thursday was a bad morning until I saw the first sign that said Hornsey on it. It actually felt like we was at the other side of the country rather than somewhere in the middle.
1.5 days. That's it.
Feeling?
Tired. Physically tired, just sleepy tired. And my left, all this is just fucked. Everything. I don't know what that colour is or what it's from, but it don't feel good. It's all swollen. My leg from like here all the way down is just swollen. I can't really feel it to touch. But compared to this one, like, so swollen. So, but only one day. So, and £4,000. We've got £4,000. So I don't really care how I feel, to be fair. I actually don't care. We've got £4,000. I wanted £1,000. £4,000 is going to help so many people. So we saw it halfway down that last stretch.
Yeah.
So I genuinely don't care how I feel. £4,000 is just mad, isn't it?
And you've just hit your 50k marker today.
Yeah.
Which was important.
Well, yeah, luckily the route weren't as long as we expected it to be. So that's a bonus.
Yeah.
We're only 50k, and we're on track for tomorrow's 53k to the finish. So whether I walk, hobble, honestly, the hobbling I've done, I did about 3k. I was like walking dead.
Yeah, but you couldn't run it because of terrain anyway, could you?
Oh yeah, the last probably said 10k. Up to here in grass and stuff, and I was so scared to step on something and roll my ankle. Oh. So I wasn't even walking, I was like stepping side to side over, like, I think I was pushing like a 14-minute kilometre, which is slower than walking, just because we were trying to step over things. The farmer or whoever owns the path just decided not to cut this big section, so what it is what it is. I don't really care anymore. I've got a day left and I've got £4,000 to raise for mental health.
Smashing it, mate. One day.
Right.
One day. One day, mate.
One more day. That's all it is.
Prepare well.
I'm exploding inside. I'm just that drained.
Eat well,
I just
prepare.
can't. I've got nothing left.
Waking up on last day was probably the best mood I've been in, other than day one. Just because I knew it didn't matter how bad that day would be. Like I was going to finish that day, like even if I crawled to the end.
Commando again. Why not? It's the only way to stop chafing. No boxes.
Morning.
I'd say the first 7k, the last day, just because I wasn't thinking about it being the last day. I was just thinking about my feet hurting and the blisters and stuff and all the little things. I sort of got out of the zone, and I was almost like falling asleep walking down the road. Like I weren't walking. I could barely walk. I couldn't like bend my ankles, so I would like step in with straight legs. Yeah, and I didn't look at the distance, and then after nearly an hour and a half, probably an hour and 40, I looked at my phone and it said I'd done 7 kilometres, which is like slower than an old lady. It's ridiculous. Like, it's almost walking. I might as well walk backwards. It was that slow. So I didn't have a good first 8k, and then I think the 10k point we could just about see Umber Bridge, which was like when I planned the route, that was a checkpoint in my mind saying that we're close to the finish now, so we're nearly at the end. So that lifted the mood a lot. After his last stop in the van, knowing it'd be the last pit stop and the next time we'd see the van would be the finish, the adrenaline kicked in that I was going to finish within the next hour or so. So I thought I ain't got to think about tomorrow. I can hurt as much as I want tomorrow. I can be in as much pain as I want. So I finished it. So even if I did break my ankles or whatever, but I'd finished it, I'd sat with broken ankles for the next few weeks or months, living with pride that I'd actually finished it, rather than giving up like I nearly did many times on day 2, 3 and 4.
18, it was, wasn't it? Don't ever try this. Just don't do it. If you ever get the urge to run walk, crawl across country, just don't do it. Bike it. Just bike it like everyone else does.
Okay. What do you want now?
About 10 beers.
What do you want now, Matt?
Pasta. Pizza.
In 14k?
10 bottles
Oh,
of
that's
beer.
coming, but what do you want right now?
Banana.
You get a banana coming after. It's like kick crew, isn't it? You know, Formula 1 couldn't do that, could they?
They're not that nice, these. Do you caffeine in?
I'd like to see McLaren team do that fast.
Send me happy.
Right, go on, let's get motivated.
The cheek. The cheek of this man. Oh. Should have seen him earlier. He started walking with bike next to him.
This last 14k is not going to do its head, is it?
We were walking with bike next to him, and you were like, oh, fuck, it's gone back. I'm like, oh, I'm tired of walking already. And you're like, yeah. You're like, yeah, boring that walking, isn't it?
I'll decide if it's worth getting back at.
Yep.
And I'll see you at the finish line.
I started the campaign, and the reason to do the run was just for men's mental health and just to help people with mental health. But a few months into campaigning, 2 friends had took their own life. For 2 weeks I didn't run, I didn't train, I didn't do nothing. It felt pointless because I was doing all this campaigning, raising all this money, and someone so close to home still felt like the only way out was suicide. So I didn't want to do it for 2 weeks. I was going to pull out, I was going to delete all the posts, cancel the campaign and not do it. Definitely the last 200 metres, even though I could see my family at the bottom, I was just thinking about there's people in the position they were that can look at this campaign and find charities like Carmen, Tom's Talks, and hopefully it'll encourage them to just click the link and use them charities, even if it's for 5 minutes. Just getting that out of the way and acknowledging that they need help. That'd just mean everything. It's something that affects everyone. So I think everyone reads the story and reads what it's for and sees what good we're doing. Even just raising awareness for people to talk. Even if people don't use Calm and Tom's Talks, at least the awareness for mental health and getting people to talk is still there as well. Actually finishing it, when I came around the corner and there was a finish line there, my sister had bought a finishing flag and I didn't expect it, so I was a bit took aback. There was more friends and family there than I thought there was going to be. I thought it was just going to be my mum, my auntie and uncle and my sister. But there was my dad's friends there, and there was just people passing by who'd stopped to figure out what was going on because there was a finish line there, so I thought someone must be finishing soon. So there was quite a few people around just waiting to see what were happening. And then got to the bottom. I knew I wanted to hug my mum and my sister and whatever straight away, but I knew I had to touch the post because I left Southport touching the post and I got to touch it. Otherwise I hadn't actually done it, I'm still a yard away. So I went through the little finishing line, I actually hugged it and then just hugged whoever were closest to me. I did have a little bit of some tears, and then I just wanted to hug my mum because my mum's been a mum all week and worried about us, bless her. So I just said while I was hugging my sister, like, "Where's mum? Like, if I turn around, will mum just be there waiting for a hug?" And she said, "Yeah, she's bang behind you." So I just spun round, hugged her straight away, and my mum was crying. My mum was bawling her eyes out, bless her. But I don't know why. I don't get it. I wasn't going to cry until I saw. But when you see your family crying, it makes you cry. So I had a few tears. I know they're happy tears, but I was buzzing. Adrenaline was still rushing through, so yeah, I was absolutely buzzing. Yeah, obviously it was a relief to finish, definitely. Just to know that I didn't have to wake up in the morning and run. In fact, just knowing that I didn't have to finish that run and just straight into the van, eat in the van on the way back to the hotel, and just start recovery, start the old protocol and process straight away. I didn't have to do that. I cracked a beer with you, and my dad, and Stu, and we all had a beer, and I didn't have to think about anything. Just the relief of the pressure off my shoulders to actually forget about it for a few days, and it's done. It's just an achievement. Just just having the pride of doing it, it felt really good.
Alright. So, what's next? Have you got any plans for anything bigger in the future?
I have, and you know I have. You know I've got plans to do something else, but it's because it's only a little seed planted in my mind that I'm definitely not going to say anything, because as soon as I say it and put it out there, I know I'll have to do it. So there is something in mind, but maybe next summer or the summer after. But yeah, I've got to get back into training soon. So yeah, there's definitely something in the works, but I'm not saying what it is.
Cool.
Something bigger.